So there's so many stocks out there. There's high price, there's low price, there's ETFs, there's Forex, there's cryptocurrencies, futures, options, all of these things you can trade. In my opinion, and Tim Sykes, it's always stocks. I think they're the best ones to find an edge in. And today I'm going to talk about the 3 qualities you should look for in every stock before you buy or sell. Hey everyone, lead trainer with Stocks to Trade, Tim Bowen here. Been a long-time student of Tim Sykes. Actually started learning from him over 13 years ago. Really, I spent a long time trying to find my niche, and thanks to Tim, I found it. And now, today, I'm doing a lot of these educational videos 13 years later for Stocks to Trade and Tim Sykes. So today, we're gonna talk about the 3 things you should look for in every investment. And this applies if you're day trading in and out the same day, maybe hours, minutes, seconds sometimes, or swing trading over multiple days or weeks, or even if you're looking for that longer term investment type hold. First thing you should always look for and always check is the chart, okay? I really think that the true edge in trading any time frame is the chart. You know, the chart is telling you so much information. I mean the emotion behind the trade. I mean, that's one thing with candlestick charts. I mean, they show you how bullish, how bearish, what the sentiment of the stock is. Now, maybe you're new and maybe you don't know how to read these charts, but that's why I want you to be diligent. And if you have been studying charts over a while, you'll know that that's what it's all about. I mean, the news is one thing, you know, the overall market is one thing, but that chart is telling you what the stock wants to do. I mean, there's this old saying that says when you're looking at a chart, look left to predict right, okay? So if this stock has been uptrending for weeks, months, even years, odds are it's gonna continue to trend. If that stock has been downtrending for days, weeks, months, years, the trend tends to remain. Now, barring news, but what I want you to do is always look at that 1 year, 1 day chart. Even maybe take a peek at the 5-day, 1 week chart. So get that bigger picture idea. I see so many newer traders get faked out because they see this big 1-day gainer and they're like, ooh, it's today's runner. But then when you jump to the 1 year, 1 day chart, that for 364 days, that stock has been downtrending, and then you just end up caught in that dead cat bounce. So the biggest thing I would tell you is if you're long bias, which is most of what we're talking about in these videos, look for breakout charts. It's simple, but there's thousands of stocks. There's only a few hundred that are breaking out any one day. That gets you from thousands down to 100. So look for those clean breakouts, multi-day, multi-week, multi-month, multi-year, and now you've got a stock that you want to dig deeper in. Second thing I want you to focus on, especially, I'm sure if you're checking out these videos, which welcome for watching and thank you for watching, but you're probably a new trader. If you're a new trader, you're probably a part-time trader, which is great. I think the best way to learn trading is when you don't have the pressures of quote unquote having to make money. If you've got that day job, and maybe it's not the best job in the world, but hey, at least you've got a paycheck coming in. That's the market doesn't always pay you, okay? So I'm hoping 99% of you are part-time traders. So that being said, one of the biggest things I want you to focus on is the hot sector. The greatest thing about the market, and one of the things that brings me here every single day 13 years later, is there's always a trend. There's always a story. There's always something going on. Now, it might be negative, but most of the time it's positive, and there is something that is hot. You know, marijuana, crypto stocks, cloud computing, social media, electric cars. I mean, there's always something. And as that new trader, as that part-time trader, if you're trying to trade everything, you know, biotechs, oil stocks, banks, you know, there's hundreds of different sectors, you're just gonna be looking at too many stocks. You'll get frustrated, try and overtrade, and you won't spot the best opportunities. So keep in mind, look for that hot sector. And also remember, There's a bunch of great videos that Tim has done talking about exactly how to spot that hot sector. So if you're like, well, Tim, you're telling me to trade the hot sector, how do I spot it? Check out all of Tim's videos. He's got hundreds telling you how to spot weed stocks, crypto stocks, etc. Third thing I want you to keep an eye on is news, okay? I know I'm kind of repeating, but I'm repeating for a reason. I want to give you the 3 ways to get down from thousands of stocks to 10 or 5 or really just 1, okay? You need to have a process. I always think about when I'm building a watch list, when I'm looking for that one trade, I think about it like a funnel, okay? And maybe this visual will work for you or maybe you don't, but every day I'm dumping every stock into the top of that funnel. And then I'm trying to compress, squeeze out all of the non-opportunities, the stocks with no volume, the stocks that aren't in a hot sector, the stocks that aren't breaking out on the chart. And that funnel gets smaller and smaller and smaller. And then at the end of the morning, when I'm getting ready to actually place that trade, ideally 2 or 3 stocks drop out of the bottom of that funnel. Hopefully that visual works for you. But you can't, nobody can trade 50 stocks a day. Supercomputers can do it, black box algos can do it, but you as a human can't. You probably can't trade 10 stocks a day. Heck, if you're under the PDT, you could barely day trade 1 stock a day. You only get your 3 round trips a week. So focus on winnowing these lists down as small as possible. And that last thing I want you to focus on is stocks with news. News that was last night, this morning, today. Because remember, the market is all supply and demand. The market, especially these low price stocks we trade, is particularly focused on mania, okay? The reason these penny stocks go from 50 cents to $2 or $5 in a day is mania. And if you've got a news item that all these traders can latch onto, whether they be true believers or skeptics like us, hopefully you're skeptical. I don't care what the news is. If it's a $1 stock, always be skeptical. But if there's news, it gives people something to gravitate to believe in, and that's where you get the big moves and the multi-day moves. Again, if you're under the PDT, you'll love a multi-day move because maybe you buy today and sell tomorrow or the next day, and you didn't use your day trade. So focus on these 3 things to get your watch list and your tradable list down to a minimum. I know it's hard if you're getting started, but if you're a new or part-time trader and you got 15, 20 stocks on your list, you're probably gonna struggle. Try and get it down to like 2 or 3. And I think focusing on these 3 criteria is a great way to quickly accomplish that task. So if you like these videos and you like the way I break things down, be sure to click the link below and check out Stocks to Trade Pro. Stocks to Trade Pro is a great way, I think the best way, to learn trading because I do twice daily webinars every single trading day. Never miss a day. I've done over 1,800 webinars in 3 years. I think it's a great way to truly immerse yourself in trading. So be sure to check that link out below for Stocks to Trade Pro.
Hey, Tim Sykes, Millionaire Mentor and Trader. Thank you for watching my videos. I hope that they help you. I want to share everything that I've learned over the years. You can check out more videos right over there. And also click subscribe so that you can watch all of these videos, get that knowledge, and become my next millionaire student.